Hey there everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you again. I am going to be using the All Is Bright Designer Series paper and some gold foil with the new Swirls and Curls embossing folder, along with the Tags and Tidings to make our sentiment tags here. So this is a pretty quick card to go through, so I'm actually going to go through the stamping of the tags and the die cutting, and then I'll show you how I emboss that foil. Super easy, and then we'll put it all together. So let's start with some stamping. I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. So I've set up my Stamparatus with my stamp here. I'm using thick cardstock, so this is the thick Very Vanilla. I have a 1/4 sheet cardstock here for the stamp, and I'm just going to set that on my Stamparatus. Now I've got little dots on mine to show how I'm going to place it, and I'm putting my magnets on the top and the bottom. I'm just going to check before I ink that it's still good. Yeah, still all good. So I'm just going to ink up with Shaded Spruce my stamp. So make sure you get ink on all the details there of our stamp. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this. I'm going to give it a good press, so you want nice even pressure, but the nice thing is with Stamparatus, you don't have any rocking, so you're not going to have any marks. So I give that a good press, and I flip it up. Now I've missed some down here, so I'm just going to flip it and press it down there a little bit more pressure. Let's see how we did this time. That's better. So are we good everywhere? I think I want to do it just a little bit more there too. Get all those details. There's a lot of detail in this stamped image, so you want to make sure you get all your words and all your little detailed trim before you pull it off. Okay, so that's the nice thing with Stamparatus. You can flip it multiple times and press until you've got the image you want. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to the Big Shot. So let me put my ink out of the way. So here's my Big Shot. I'm actually going to use my magnetic base. So here's my magnetic base. Here's my stamped image. Okay. Now here's a tip that's new to me, and I've been using it for a while, and it seems to be working. But you know how our plates sometimes get warped? So what I was educated on recently by another demonstrator is that if you keep one plate as a bottom plate and one plate as a top plate, they won't warp as fast, or maybe not at all. So I have been doing that, and it's been working fairly well. So I've got my cutting mat and my plate on the bottom, so now I'm just going to line up. That's the nice thing with that magnetic plate, is that it snaps right to it and then doesn't shift on us. So now I can move that around ever so slightly to get that where I want. I kind of check my rim on the ones that got the edges, make sure my words are all showing, nothing is a little, you know, too far to the right or too far to the left. Maybe make a little adjustment. Okay, so now I'm going to put my second plate on top. I'm going to run this through. Now it's going to creak and crack a bit. That's okay. It's the pressure of the machine doing its job. Okay. And so now when I pull this out, I can pop the tag right out just like that. Isn't that nice? So let's see. We're going to use Ho 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 and Naughty and Nice for this one. So for now I'm going to leave the rest right where they are because I don't need them for this project. So just going to set those to the side. Now I'm going to switch out my platforms. Now I'm going to go to my standard platform because I need to emboss my foil. So I'm opening this up all the way. Okay, I'm putting my same plate for the bottom down. So that was the one I cut on. I've got my strip of gold foil and I've got my embossing folder. Now this one's got that nice new line on there for lining up your cardstock that you're embossing. So I'm just going to put that right in my folder, right on that line. Set that down. This one's a thin folder, so I need the top plate. And then I'm going to crank that through, and we're going to turn that flat foil into embossed foil. Easy peasy, right? So, nice way to use foil in a small bit so that it doesn't, it's not as expensive. Foil is kind of one of our more expensive elements. But this way you can use it as an element, but it's not going to be too much for maybe your cost point on a card. Okay, so we've got our tags, we've got our DSP, we've got our card base. We can go ahead and make our card. So I am using Shaded Spruce as my green. That was the ink color I used, and it's the card base I'm using. I've got a piece of Designer Series paper from the All is Bright Designer Series paper. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is make sure my pieces are cut. Yep, they're all cut properly. And remember, all my dimensions are on the tutorial, which are on next Tuesday's Show and Tell News. So you can subscribe to that. The links are below. And also remember that all of these items are available in my online store. So you can get them by ordering online. And if you do, check out my website for my host code, the current host code of the month. And you might be entered into my mystery host drawing for the end of the month. Alright, so now I'm not gluing this down yet, I'm just using it for placement. I'm placing this down here, okay, and as you saw I put a strip of snail down there because I want to attach this to the DSP. So I'm just going to line this up using the front of my card as kind of a blocking tool. Okay, so that's how I want it to look when I actually put it on. But now I put those together first so that I can now add my ribbon. Okay, so all I'm going to do is add a little snail to the top and the bottom here. Okay, actually I can go ahead and add snail now to the whole piece because once I put that ribbon on I can tack it down. So we're just going to wrap the ribbon, tack it behind. Oh, before I tack down the bottom though, I want to run my tags through. So this one I'm running through from the back to the front. There we go. And then I got my ho ho ho. Again, I'm running it through from the back to the front. Alright, so those are both on there. Whoop, maybe I don't want that. Seemed like it was twisted. I don't want it twisted. Try that again. There we go. Alright, so those are on. Oh no! This would be why you don't put that snail on everywhere until you get those tags on. That's alright. Alright, so I'm going to run my green ribbon down the seam and just tack that into the snail on the back, and then this whole thing is getting snailed on the front of my card that I sent flying. So this way everything is secure and mounted and you don't have to worry about it coming undone. Okay? So there's that. Now I am going to use glue dots to position those two tags. Even though they're free range at the moment, I'm going to tack them down. So my naughty and nice I want going this way. So I'm just transferring that glue dot onto the back, putting that on like that. Then my ho ho ho, I'm going to put like this. Okay, and then I've already made a bunny ear bow. Told you how to do that before, where I take the ribbon, find the middle, make 2 loops, tie a knot, and then adjust it and trim it as needed. So I'm just going to put that glue dot right on that center piece, and then I'm going to split the difference between those 2 tags. Okay, and then because it's a dark card, you're going to want to line it, so just have another piece of vanilla to put in there. And then you can stamp your greeting or write your holiday message in there, however you want to do it. But there it is. Pretty simple, I thought. Okay, so this time I have the bow kind of going this way. That time I had it going that way. So it's your card. You decide how you want it. It's, you know, that's my rule. Make it your way. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're enjoying all of the cards I'm sharing. Thumbs up and comments below are always appreciated. Let me know you enjoy what I'm doing, or if you have any questions. And again, subscribe to the Show and Tell News. Comes out on Tuesday with the PDF tutorials for what I did this week, next week. And again, you can shop online with me 24/7. So, happy to see you all, and I hope you join me again next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.